Hi, it's Danielle again, and I wanted to take a few minutes. Smokey has decided to join me today. He's being a little bit of a turd. But I wanted to talk about alternative methods for housing your clothes. My daughter has ADHD. It has always been difficult to get her to put her clothes away. Even if I folded them for her, it was never an easy feat. And most of the time, the drawers ended up hanging wide open, clothes hanging out of them, and then they would just get dirty again, and she hadn't worn them. So one of the things that I did was I came up with a little system for her, and I labeled it all, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But I just wanted to kind of explain my thought process. Was keeping it organized, making it easier for her to put clothes away, me to put clothes away, without having to deal with the hassle of constantly yelling at her or telling her over and over again to go in and close her drawers. That's not a fun process. Nobody wants to be constantly nagged on, and nobody wants to constantly be nagging, and that's what I felt like originally. So I'm going to pause here, and I'll go and show you what I did in her room. Okay, and I'm going to apologize for the lighting. My daughter's light isn't very good, so I've got a little lamp over here that we keep in her room, but it's got a green light bulb in it because that was what she wanted. So if anything's got a green tinge, you understand why. So I got these bins from Walmart, and right now I've got 8 of them, 4 on each side. Each one is labeled. And I'll come closer to show you. And I just used a little label maker, see if I can focus that. So there's shirts. She's got 2 bins for shirts, just because she has so darn many of them. And then I've got one for shorts and pants in this side. And then this side starts up at socks, and then we've got panties and bras, pajamas, and then down at the bottom is dresses and skirts. I know it's hard to read that label from this up high. But this was my solution to her issue of not wanting to put things in drawers, or actually not wanting to put them completely in drawers or being able to close her drawers. Makes it a little bit easier. All she's got to do is toss it in the bin. Because it looks neater right off the bat, I'm not even as particular now about whether or not she's folded them completely, as long as they are in the bin and not hanging out. Now, the majority of the ones that are in there now, I folded when I took her dresser out of here and changed it over to these bins, but it still does make it a lot easier for her to put her own laundry away. And like I said, it takes 2 seconds, put it in a bin, and go about her merry way instead of having to constantly bicker and fight and argue over whether or not she's closed her drawers. Now, I am working on, we did start organizing the rest of her room, but at this point, it has all gone to a hill of beans. Because again, with an ADHD kid, it's very hard for them to keep on track. And I didn't have the bins, and I'll just show you a couple of bins above it. And you can see all the little green bins. Like I said, I'm working on redoing those. She's got some more bins over here where her TV and stuff is. It's really messy, so I'm not going to show you where we keep the rest of her stuff. And at this point, some of the bins labels have come off because the smaller ones are dry erase bins. So the labeling, as you can see up on the top there, is kind of smudged. So she can't always see what's supposed to go in each bin. So I'm going to relabel them. We're going to rework them. And when we get to that point, I will record that as well and share that with you to see if it helps anybody else out there, just for different ideas on how to keep your kids' room organized. Like I said, my daughter is 8, so she's still in the learning process of how to keep her stuff neat and how to take care of it. And the ADHD certainly doesn't help because her brain bounces all over the place. But this is my solution here for laundry and clothes. And when a regular dresser just wasn't cutting it, it was just creating more problems for us. So I hope this helps. If you've got any comments, please let me know. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. Thanks. Talk to you soon.